Well, good morning again, MCC. This week we're talking about isolation, and as Mike preached on Sunday about how we deal with isolation and what that can do to our thought process and how we are to deal with that. And so I want to read a piece of scripture this morning from Matthew. And it's from Matthew 4, and this happens, this is where right after Jesus is baptized by John the Baptist. And immediately after that happens, it says the Spirit led him into the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights to fast. And so we're going to see that what happens to Jesus in his time of isolation. And so let's read that. In chapter 4, it says, "Then Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. After fasting 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. The tempter came to him and said, 'If you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become bread.' Jesus answered, 'It is written, man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God.' Then the devil took him to the holy city and had him stand on the highest point of the temple. 'If you are the Son of God,' he said, 'throw yourself down, for it is written, he will command the angels concerning you, and they will lift you up in their hands, so that you will not strike your foot against a stone.' And Jesus answered him, 'It is also written, do not put the Lord your God to the test.' Again, the devil took him to a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world in their splendor. 'All of this I will give you,' he said, 'if you will bow down and worship me.' Jesus said to him, 'Away from me, Satan, for it is written, worship the Lord your God and serve him only.' Then the devil left him, and angels came and attended him." And so here we see Jesus is in the wilderness. He's been fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, and he's hungry. And I'm sure he was pretty lonely as well. And we see Satan come in and try to tempt him. And how does Jesus deal with this? With every question that he is put before him, he answers with the truth of God and the truth of Scripture. And I think that's how we need to be responding to questions that we have about ourselves when we are feeling isolated, when we're feeling alone, we start to doubt ourselves. The response that we should give is truth from Scripture. And so I want to encourage you this week to find the truth in Scripture about your life and bind it to your hearts and recite it over and over and over again so that we can combat this horrible thing of isolation and know that God is true and just and cares about us.